Howdy, folks. Greyhawk 4x4 coming at you again, your resident vintage gamer. Okay, today's news video. We got a couple of things to talk about here. One of them just dropped, and that was about 33 minutes ago, according to this. This is from PC Gamer. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic remake announced. Now, I believe this was rumored, but apparently they just confirmed it. And from what it sounds like, it is not going to be made by BioWare, but it's going to be made by Aspire. And apparently they did Republic Commandos. I did not play Republic Commandos, so I can't comment on that. But I can say that, well, it says here, Aspire is fairly old at porting Star Wars games. They brought Racer, Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy. Now, I have played Jedi Academy. And I don't remember if I played Jedi Outcast, but Academy for sure. But what it's saying here is that it's going to be a console exclusive to PlayStation 5 at launch. Historically, this has meant that the game will come to PC at a later date. Now, that means that it's going to be a PC port. I don't usually like PC ports, because usually the UI is all funky, because the UI, of course, is set for consoles, and then they have to try and adapt it for PC, for keyboard and mouse and everything. So it's usually a little funky, but not to say it can't be good, not to say that it won't be good, and not to say that it won't be something that I can't get used to. So anyway, so that's fairly big news as far as I'm concerned, because Knights of the Old Republic was and is one of the best video games in the Star Wars universe ever made. What was it? X-Wing versus TIE Fighter is up there, and then this is like, they're like 1 and 2, considered like 2 of the greatest Star Wars games of all times. So Dark Forces, Jedi Knight, those come in a little bit, below, but some would put them up higher, but those are your big ones. So anyway, so that's number one. Let me know if you guys are excited about that, and if you have any reservations or any other comments. Next thing, Fallout 76. Now, we haven't talked about Fallout 76 in a long time. Everybody knows the problems that it had, all of the multitude of issues that there were and everything. But like No Man's Sky, it has been improved several times with lots of updates since it had its issues at launch. The newest one just dropped, which is Fallout Worlds, I think it's called, or Fallout 76 Worlds. Anyway, it is basically, it's a couple new modes of the game. That there's a builder mode, which is kind of like, for those that like Minecraft, and that it basically takes a lot of the building restrictions away, so you can pretty much build anywhere, and you can build higher and bigger and all these other things. There's no PvP in that mode either, so it's more for just people that want to build. And then there's a couple other modes that unlock at some point, I guess. And there's also private worlds where you can do your own private custom world and set the rules however you want the rules to be. So the feedback that this is getting is kind of mixed at this point. They did do away with Nuclear Winter, which was the PvP, the kind of like the heavy PvP mode, all out, no holds barred PvP mode for the game. They got rid of that to add these new modes to the game, and so the reception has been a little mixed since it dropped yesterday. But I decided to jump on this morning, start a brand new character, and the new player experience is 10 times better than it was at launch. It is there's because they've added in past updates, they added a lot of NPCs and questing, NPC interaction with quest lines and so forth, which at launch they didn't have. Basically, all your quest lines and everything were from holotapes and consoles and that kind of thing. And since then, they've added all this additional depth to the game, which is the way it should have been at launch, but for whatever reason it wasn't. So I can say personally that the beginner experience is 10 times better than it was at launch. And I haven't got into any of the new modes yet. I'll tinker with that a little bit later. But for any of you that maybe bought it way at the beginning and has just been kind of had it shelved, you may want to give it another shot because there's all these different modes now, and they've added tons of content and so forth. So you may want to give it another shot. Entirely up to you. So anyway, those are our two big stories for today. And one of them, Fallout, that was a kind of a yesterday story, but I decided to lump it in here because I gave it a shot this morning. So figured we'll just do one little news update video for you. Anyway, click like, subscribe, hit the bell, the whole bit, and we'll catch you guys on the flip side.